I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, get on go. When it's cold, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the plank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time you need a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mouth before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow, but she can hang it up till like a telephone. Stick me up with the cause TK to let it come see it. Hands up, yeah, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's the preseason opener for these two teams, and it should be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kicker Chris Boswell has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. On second down, it's Walker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On first down, it's Smith. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good catch, an excellent creation of a big play downfield. And I can guarantee you this, that's not a play this defense has practiced against in the days leading up to this game.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. First and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 25-yard line. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Harris. And he coughed it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye.
You know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Smith. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of them.
Yeah, the surge offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved that they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. After one, it's 9-0. On second down, it's Snell. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go. Right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Locke. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
To the right side, this is Walker. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Play action. Now it's Locke. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The extra point now coming from Myers. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Caught. It's Steven Sims. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pickett to throw on 1st down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again with Pickett. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Here's Pickett. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Locke to throw. Leaves it for Penny. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Here's Snell yet again, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Snell going to try the right side, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They run straight ahead with Snell. And some room to work. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Benny Snell, 35 yards. And the Steelers get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
kick it away after the touchdown. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big game.
And able to get this to the 31. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On second down, here's Penny. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on third down, Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. He's got the first down and more. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. They run the option here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Pickett. That's caught by the 6'8 tight end, Zach Gentry. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. draw play, and it's Snell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. Open man here, Sims complete. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Snell on the shotgun handoff. Taken down at the 30. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On the handoff, it's Snell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Pickett. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short pass.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Penny, a 1st down carry. Shifts by him. Always got some breathing room. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Pickett. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Sims. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Pickett back to throw. Open man here is Gentry. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Pickett now on 1st down. He'll drop it underneath here to Snell. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Pickett will look to throw it here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. First week of the preseason, probably not the pass, the impression that the rookie wants to leave right there.
Yeah, no probably about it, because that's not what you want to do to try and impress your new coaching staff. Try to impress your locker room. And most importantly, yourself. Probably spent all night last night saying, don't throw an interception early. Make sure you take care of the football. But now he's got it out of the way. Hopefully he can just settle in and move on.
Ready?